Hello, today is Thursday, January 25th. It's my sister Mary's birthday. I'm not singing to her. She doesn't watch my videos, but I did call her and sing to her at work, so she got her song. We're on our way to go get glasses for Jim because he has 20/20 vision, but for some reason he thinks he needs to go get glasses.
For fine reading.
Oh, for fine reading. I could read to him, but he won't let me. I want to ask everybody to say some extra prayers today for one of my subscribers, Lulu. Her husband needs some extra prayers. Lulu, I said prayers for him before I even got out of the bed this morning, and then while I was taking my shower this morning, I said some prayers for him, and I said some prayers when I answered your comments. So hopefully they'll work. It's a dreary day. We're going out for our couples dinner tonight. Jim's paying because he loves me. And, I meant to tell you yesterday what I didn't tell Jim either, but not that they would have cared because I'm a grandma, but I'm glad I noticed my little wardrobe malfunction, as so many people have referred to it as, before the boys swim team from the high school came in, because they were coming in to do their practices, and luckily I had seen that, because that's the last thing you want to see is your grandma's boob. So okay, we're gonna turn some music on now, and I'll talk to you guys later on. Okay, it's time to eat breakfast. I did check the oatmeal here. Where's the ingredients here? And it says a half a cup of dry, and I scanned it, and it's 4 points for a half a cup of dry. So I'm counting it as a 4-point breakfast. So I started my day with a prayer. I drank 50 ounces of water. I've hardly walked, so I was too embarrassed to show you the few steps I've taken. My quote is from Cindy Pope. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. 25 smart points. I have 4 points for my half a cup of oatmeal, 1 point for my quarter cup of milk, 0 for my eggs, my berries, my banana. I forgot to put my tea in my water. So it's a 5-point breakfast. I have 20 points left for the rest of the day. Well, once again, I've been reading, looking for inspiration wherever I can find it. And I do have the Oprah book, and I opened it up to look for some recipes that I was going to share with you, but I really haven't found anything. But I'm still going to look. And when I do find one, I'll share it with you. I'm not a hoity-toity, or whatever you call it, kind of a eater. I'm pretty simple, and a lot of her recipes are beyond what I've had, so I don't know. I do need to expand my horizons, though. I do know that. So I'm going to look through there. I will find something. I do have to make some more soups or chili, because I think I only have 2 more bowls of chili, and I think I have 1 bowl of pasta fagioli left. And I think I still have 1 chicken pot pie in there that I made. You can check my recipe section for those recipes. I think I might use the ground turkey next time when I make it, just to see. I hate to make a whole big batch and then find out I don't like it, but once again, you have to expand your horizons. You have to try different things. But anyway, I'm going to go through it each day, something that I've learned from her book, and while I'm looking for recipes. Today, it hit a nerve. It just struck right where I wanted to be hit. It was a quote by Maya Angelou, which I'm sure everybody's heard, and they can say it along with me. When you know better, you do better. And it's just so true. It really, really, really is. And Oprah talks about, with all of her experiences she's had dieting, why hasn't she done better? And I could ask myself the same question. I've been dieting my whole life, and why has it taken until I was basically 66 to start trying to lose weight and do it in a healthy way? I've wasted so much of my life being fat. Not to say that my life was wasted, because I do not feel that in any way, shape, or form my life was wasted. But I do feel that I could have accomplished a lot more if I had been thinner. And not that being thin is the end all, the answer to all your prayers, and it's gonna, as soon as you're thin, everything's gonna be better. That's not what I mean. I just mean that I might have enjoyed more things in life. There were so many things that I didn't try to do because my weight got in the way. And I didn't even attempt to do them. I could have probably done them, but I thought, no, I'm too heavy to even try that. And I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't have, I mean, I know it's doom and gloom, but I don't have a whole life ahead of me. I have a life ahead of me, you know, but I hope you understand the difference between a whole life, and no one's guaranteed tomorrow. I understand that. But, you know, realistically, I'm 67. I have about 20 years left, hopefully. I could go longer. I'm mean enough and spiteful enough that that just might happen. But, you know, it's not like I was 20 and I had like 60 years ahead of me to live. I've got 20 and I want to use the best I can with those last 20 years. Or 25 or 30, whatever it is. Even if it's just a day, I want to make the best out of that one day I have left in life. And I'm only going to do it by being healthy. And I know that. So, another thing that Maya Angelou said, when you're truly ready to know, you will do better. And you know, like I said, it took me till I was 66 to know, you know, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to learn to eat the right way. I'm ready to go on with what I want to do. Because it's always, everybody knows the rules of dieting. Calories in, calories out. If you move more, you're going to lose more. You drink water instead of eating. You know, sometimes you're thirsty, you're not hungry. You know, a piece of chicken is better than a bag of potato chips. We all know that. We know that in our hearts, and we know that in our minds, and we just know it. But our brain, for some reason, doesn't want to be convinced. And we have to convince our brain, because our brain controls everything. They're the main center, the hub of everything. So you have to retrain your brain. Not that I'm crazy, because I'm not. You just got to retrain your brain to think the right way. And so it's one thing to know how to diet, but it's another thing to know how to eat healthy. Because you can like cut your calories back and think, well, you know, I'm allowed 25 points today. And let's say I'm going to go have a cheese Whopper, which is probably close to 25 points. Is that really a healthy choice for those 25 points? I mean, it's going to fill me up for that one meal, but then I'm not going to be able to eat the rest of the day. And so that was not a healthy choice. Everybody's going to have a burger once in a while, or choose to have something, maybe necessarily a burger, but something that's going to be high in points. But you have to back it up with knowing I'm going to eat healthy the rest of the time, or I'm going to eat healthy up until that time. And you just have to remember that a diet is just a temporary fix, because a diet in itself is just a cutback of food intake to achieve a certain goal. But then once you reach that goal, if you go back to your old way of eating, you're going to have to be on a diet again. But if you've learned along the way how to eat healthy and to fit in all the different things that you want to eat along the way, you're going to do 100% better. You know that you can have that occasional snack, or you can go out and have that big meal, you know, like for a special occasion. If you're going to a birthday party or something, just say, oh, I can't eat that. I can't have cake. I'm on a diet. No, you're not on a diet. I keep telling you so. I keep telling myself that. I'm not on a diet. I'm eating healthy. And if I want a piece of cake at a birthday party, I'm going to have a piece of cake at a birthday party. I'm not going to have necessarily, well, it's a birthday party, I have to have a slice of cake. You know, I don't really like that kind of cake. But I'm going to still have a piece of cake because it's a birthday. That would be like on a diet. You would say, I can't have that cake. I can't have that cake. But on a healthy living plan, this makes no sense. Now that I'm thinking about it, it makes no sense. I know what I want to say, because the old me, I guess this is what I wanted to say. The old me would have said, you know, I don't really like that piece of cake, but it's a birthday party. And I said that on the birthdays I was going to eat a piece of cake, so I'm going to eat the piece of cake. And I didn't really like it, but you know what? I had told myself on a birthday I'm going to eat a piece of cake. No, don't. That's a diet. A healthy living is, you know, I'm going to go to a birthday party, and if it's a piece of cake that I like, I'm going to have a piece of cake that I like. But if I don't really like it, I'm just going to have a good time. Maybe I won't have the cake. Maybe I'll just have some ice cream. You know, just, you know, you have to know the difference between dieting and eating healthy. If you eat healthy, you're always going to do better, obviously. And you're going to make better choices. So you need to realize that I've always had my whole life, and I think this is why diets always failed. I always thought that I had to get into a certain size or I had to be a certain weight, and that was going to make me happy. And I would get down to that certain size and I'd get down to that certain weight, and I really was no happier because I'd go back to eating the way I was eating before and I got big again, if not bigger, because most people, if they lose 10 pounds, go off their diet, because that's what it would be if you're just going on it for a diet, gain back 15. So now you got an additional 5 pounds you have to lose. So if you just eat healthy along the way, and then once you reach your goal, you've made adjustments along the way, so it'll be a little bit easier. I think it's easier, I don't know because I haven't got to that point yet, but I would think it would be easier to lose your weight than to maintain your weight. Because once you get down to that safe cushion of your ideal weight, I think you're going to have the tendency, I should say me, I'm going to have the tendency to think, well, you know what? I'm down to my 175 pounds. That was my goal. I guess I can eat what I want. It's going to be too hard to maintain. So if I gain 5 or 10 pounds, I can't have that mentality. I just can't. And what you want to do is you want to be free to live a life in a healthy way, not stressing over what you're going to eat. Don't feel guilt if you eat something that's wrong. And just don't beat yourself up if you ate something that you really shouldn't have ate. I'm going out to eat tonight, and I've already looked at the menu, and I'll be honest with you, I can't decide what I want. I want to eat healthy, and I probably will choose healthy, but I don't know. It's just, I'm going to a place that doesn't really have a lot of healthy options. I make, not to brag, but I'm going to brag, I make a better salad at home than any salad I've ever gotten eaten out. I would prefer to eat a salad that I made at home than eating out a salad. Soup is always going to be hard for me because I like soup. I really like soup. And you never know how they're cooking the stuff. So even if you get grilled chicken, they might be grilling it in butter. You know, it's just, you just have to take allowances along the way. But I am going to make some smart choices tonight. I know for a fact, 100%, no pop. So that's an accomplishment. You got to take little tiny baby steps, and that was like the smallest baby step I could have ever taken, because I didn't take a giant leap into not drinking pop. I took like a little Mother May I half a step because it wasn't even a full step. It was more like I would take one little tiny step forwards, but I'd take 5 or 6 backward steps and drink the pop. And then I take a little half a step forward, and then I take 5 more steps back. Now I take that giant step forward, and I don't order pop. And I feel very proud of myself for that. You just don't realize how hard that was for me. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that it's very hard for me. I think I've mentioned it. And what you want to do is you have to tell yourself, I can find the balance and satisfaction between feast and famine, and I'm going to stop feeling shame and frustration. I go off my diet. Well, they're not even a diet. I go off my plan a lot, especially on the weekends, which I'm still working on. I'm a work in progress. But I also know that I don't feel as much shame anymore. I realize, I made a mistake. The next meal, I'm going to try better. If I don't do better, I'm going to try better at the next meal. I am not going to wait like I always did in the past. Well, on Monday I'll start again. No, I'm going to start at the very next meal. I may fail again at the next meal, but then I'll tell myself, well, let's start again. Not giving myself the week in the future date. So what you want to do is find a balance and satisfaction with food without it being at war with yourself. If you want something, have it. Just have it, because if you don't have it at that moment, you're going to binge later on, because it's just human nature. You just don't want to binge. You want to eat properly, make smart choices, and if you make a bad choice, just move on. And now what you want to tell yourself is, I eat with pleasure and joy and not regrets or guilt. So that's how I eat now. I don't eat with any guilt or regrets. I choose what I want to eat. I eat it, and if I choose poorly, I move on to the next meal. So I hope that helped. I try my best. That's all I can do.